Welcome back. In this tutorial we're going to cover normal ortho 8, and this one looks a little daunting, but we're going to ask our questions and we're going to break it down into its base components, and it won't be that bad. So let's start with our questions. Which view best shows the shape? How would we describe it? And how many chunks could we tear it into? Well, start with the chunks question. We could probably tear it into this L shape, which would leave a rectangle here and a rectangular bottom. So it's 3 chunks, and we're going to go ahead and start drawing those. And the easiest way to do this is going to be to start with getting it started. And we've got a base here that is our 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. So we're going to start that in the top view. So we'll go to Object and 1.75, 3.25, 1.75, and close. Now that is the base. Over here we've got a rectangle that extends 1 1/4 all the way front to back. So we are going to offset 1.25 this line that way. Now we've got a 1 1/4 by 3/4 rectangle over here. So we can offset again 1 1/4 by 3/4, and we're going to trim off all of this. Now we've got this, this, and this. What we don't have is the rest of this line from here under this shelf right here. And we had it here, but we trimmed it off. That is going to be a hidden line. So we're going to draw a hidden line across. Now our top view is done. So we're going to switch to projection. We're going to draw 1.75. And we're going to copy this line here, over to here, and then extend it back. Now if we look at our front view, we can see a half deep 1 1/4 inch wide rectangle. So we're going to go to Object, and then from here down a half over to this, and then close in our rectangle. Now I know at the bottom I've got a 0.5 by full width rectangle, and then up here I've got a 0.5 L shape. And the height of this from here down to this line has got to be 3/4, because if we take 0.5 twice, that's 1. Subtract that from 1.75, and that leaves us with 0.75. So if I come over and I take this line and I stretch it down 1.25, that should leave me with a length here of 1.75, which it is. So I can then draw in a line across, up 0.5, over all the way across. Now that rectangle here is this rectangle right here. Now I know that if I draw a line from this point up 0.5 over to here and up, I can extend my projection lines And this is my front view. So I've got a rectangle, an L shape, and a rectangle, rectangle, L shape, and a rectangle. Miter line next. Apparent intersection. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out by drawing in my base. And this is going to require a little bit of manipulation because this projection line should really come all the way up to the top. But now if I look at my side view, I see a rectangle here. Then I need a 0.5 tall by 0.75 deep rectangle right here. So I can stretch this line up 0.5 and then draw a object line 0.75 down, and that gets me this rectangle right here. Now all I need is an L shape, and that's got to come up to the top. So if I stretch this line up, draw a line over from the top view, and then close in my shape. These are all object, and now I can continue to put in my projection lines, making sure that every corner is projected over to make sure that everything lines up correctly. So I've got a depth, and a depth, a width, a width, a width, and a width, height, 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 height. So everything is projected over to where it needs to go. Dimensions and view labels, and you will be good to go with this normal. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next